Hey losers, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with the books that I'm planning on reading in November. I'm mostly gonna go through some new releases that I've wanted to get to in the last couple months but haven't. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. So get ready for it. You ready for it? Get ready for it. Starting with Crushing Snails by Emma E. Murray. This is going to be a little extreme. This is about a young girl named Winnie who graduates from crushing snails to possibly harming an infant. I don't know yet because I haven't read it, but so, you know, if you're looking into this, you're not sure about the content, I would think that you should probably check a site where they let you know what kind of content is in this, because I don't know, does it include that in here? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I do not see that in the beginning. Sensitive subjects, I'm assuming. Also, one that I'm really intrigued by, I really want to know why this is called Cuckoo. Cuckoo by Gretchen Felker-Martin. This also, I'm wondering how much of this is set in the 90s, because this, I'm hoping, has sort of dual timelines, because it says in the summer of 1995 these children have gone to a sort of like outdoorsy conversion camp, right? So these are queer kids sent to a conversion camp, and now they're adults and they're dealing with something that happened in 1995. So I'm guessing dual timelines, but I don't really know because I haven't read it, but I'm hoping, because I love books with a 90s setting. Love it so much. So I hope. I'm also very much looking forward to getting to Such Lovely Skin by Tatiana, Schlote-Bonne. This is about a teenager named Viv who recently was in an accident with her sister. Her sister died. And it seems like Viv might have been at fault for this and has also lied about like how at fault she was about this. So she's dealing with this guilt. She's also like an amateur Twitch streamer, and while she is playing a video game, there is this NPC player that pops up in this game, and it asks, I believe, for like a secret. And of course she tells this NPC about this like really deep dark secret, because why not? And now this NPC has become like a doppelganger of her, and it's like evil, and it has this terrible secret that she's been like hiding. And so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know, but this sounds so good. And also look at this hardcover. Look at it, it's so gorgeous. I love it. So yes, this is one I've really been looking forward to for many months. Now it's finally here and I'm gonna read it. And then another beautiful book, Sacrificial Animals by Kailee Pedersen. This is about two brothers coming back to their home for their father, who I feel like he's ill or something, but he has not been the best father. So I'm assuming there is like a lot of feelings there. One brother is married, the other one is not. And the unmarried brother starts to have an affair with the married brother's wife, and that brings up a lot of stuff. I believe I also read that the author was adopted from China, and that she has like brought some of her own past into this book somehow. I believe I read that somewhere when I was, this has like been one of my anticipated, you know, if you watch my most anticipated stuff, this was on there. And I believe I read that when I was, you know, looking for books to include in those videos. I believe that I read that. She is adopted from China, and she has used her own experiences in that situation in her writing. So that also makes me feel very interested in that. So family trauma, especially if I'm right with the thing about like dealing with a sick parent who you have like a not very good relationship with, like that kind of weird tension, like unresolved pain, stuff like that. Why am I like this? I love it. I love that stuff. Why? I don't know. And then, what I'm very excited about, So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison, a vampire novel. This is about two friends who are very different from each other going on a vacation where some interesting things happen. One friend is more, you know, introverted, quiet. The other one is much different, more, you know, outgoing, things like that. And maybe they meet some vampires on this this birthday vacation type of thing. But really, it's this name on this cover. Like, that's why I want to read this. I don't give a shit that it's a vampire novel. I don't give a shit that it's like friends having vacation troubles. What I care about is that this is a Rachel Harrison novel, and she could write her name on a piece of toilet paper and I would be like, oh yes, please, please, Rachel, let me hear your story about toilet paper. My last new release that I'm reading this month is I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. I was actually sent this copy from the publisher, Saga Press, so thank you so much, Saga, for that. This is an interesting take on a slasher novel because this is being told to us by the slasher. His name is Tully. And Tully and Amber, they're trying to become notorious somehow. They're just kind of nobodies in this town, and like, what's a way to become a somebody? To become a slasher. I'm really interested in this. Stephen Graham Jones, one of my favorite authors, and I can't wait to get my eyes on this bad boy. Okay, and then the other one that I've picked out that is not a new release before we get to my jar pick and my TBR cart, which feels like I haven't done it in such a long time, but it's really only been 1 month, I think, right? Anyway, this is the last of my 5-star predictions, and I really need to do that because next month is December already. Oh God, I do not like that. Jesus. This is The Last Days of Jack Sparks by Jason Arnopp. I feel like this is supposed to have kind of maybe found footagey vibes. This is about a YouTuber who's kind of a jackass, a journalist, I mean, who's kind of a jackass. It says he's no stranger to controversy. He researches occult type things. It says, then there's that video, 40 seconds of chilling footage that Jack repeatedly claimed was not of his making, yet was posted from his own YouTube account. Nobody knew what happened to Jack in the days that followed until now. So I've heard great things about this. I read another one of Jason Arnopp's books called Ghoster, which I didn't love. But also, like, that's not one that I've, like, heard people talk about or anything, you know what I mean? I just read it because I heard people talk about this one, really. So, like, I should have just read this fucking book. But now I'm doing it. And now, also, let's pull a jar star and let's roll a dice and see what happens. So recently, I redid my cart thing, but now I need to add books to my cart because it's getting a little sparse. There's room on it for the first time in forever because I've been reading books off of it, and now I'm gonna have to do it again, but oh well. Okay, 19, so that is the second page. There's only a couple books on that page. Oh, 3, okay. You All Grow Up and Leave Me. I think that might be a memoir. Okay, I've had this one for quite some time. This is You All Grow Up and Leave Me by Piper Weiss, a memoir of teenage obsession. Let me read you the synopsis. Okay. Piper Weiss was 14 years old when her middle-aged tennis coach, Gary Walensky, one of New York City's most prestigious private instructors, attempted to kidnap one of his teenage students. In the aftermath, authorities discovered that this well-known figure among the Upper East Side tennis crowd was actually a frightening child predator who had built a secret torture chamber, a, quote, cabin of horrors, in his secluded rental in the Adirondacks. Before the shocking scandal broke, Piper had been thrilled to be one of, quote, Gary's girls. Grandpa Gary, as he was known among his students, was different from other adults. He treated Piper like a grown-up, blah, 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 blah. Now 20 years later, I just like feel like this is telling me the whole story. I don't want to read all of this. Now 20 years later, Piper examines the events both as a teenage eyewitness and a dispassionate investigative reporter, hoping to understand and exercise the childhood memories that haunt her to this day. So it says, combining research, interviews, and personal records, this explores the psychological manipulation of child predators, their ability to charm their way into seemingly protected worlds, and the far-reaching effects their actions have on those who trust them the most. So this takes place in the early 1990s, is when this happened. I've never heard of this before. I mean, like, this man. Obviously, I heard of this book because I fucking bought it. So yes, I very much enjoy this kind of stuff in a way where I'm upset that these people exist, but I enjoy reading their accounts. Fuck, how do I explain that I like this stuff without sounding like a total fucking grosso? Okay, and now, let's take a spin. Green. Although this orange one was holding on. I mean, like, there are a lot of green stars in there. I shouldn't be surprised that I pick a green and I pick a green and I pick a green. Well, maybe it'll be one that I read and then I put it back. Be careful what you wish for, Goosebumps. Okay, Goosebumps. I'll read a Goosebumps. I was gonna say this is a weird coincidence that this is the next Goosebumps on my list, but it's actually not. It's because I've pulled the next one out, and this is actually the one after the next one. That would be a really weird coincidence. Okay, so Samantha Bird is a klutz. An accident waiting to happen. She's the laughingstock of the girls' basketball team, and that mean, rotten Judith Bellwood is making her life miserable on and off the court. But everything's about to change. Sam's met someone who can grant her 3 wishes. For real. Too bad Sam wasn't careful what she wished for, because her wishes are coming true, and they're turning her life into a nightmare. I love this girl's disgruntled, disgusted face. Can I even mimic that perfectly? Okay, great pick. Great pick to go along with this month. Something with some levity, please. Jeez, who is picking these books out there? Terrible taste. All this doom and gloom. That is what is on deck for November, new release November. Hopefully I can get through it all. Who picked all these books up for me? It's me, I did it. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know, as always, have you read any of these? What did you think about them, if you have read them? I'd love to hear your opinions. What else? I know there's other things that I say. I feel like I haven't done a regular video in so long. I've just been doing vlogs. What else do I say? What else do I say here? What are you excited to pick up this month of November? Do you like Thanksgiving? Do you like American Thanksgiving? I really do. I love Thanksgiving and I love Thanksgiving food. Why do people shit on Thanksgiving? I think it's because you don't know how to cook a turkey right. Or your family member, whoever is doing it. Listen. You gotta find a different way to cook your turkey. If you don't like turkey. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video soon. Goodbye.